Good afternoon. I hope everyone enjoyed their delicious lunch. My name is Tina Akers Brown, and I'm honored to stand before you today as a member of the United Way of Greater Greensboro's Board of Directors, and also as a member of the Cabinet of the African American leadership. United Way fights for the opportunity, prosperity, and future of every person in Greater Greensboro. We live out this credo by creating partnerships to reduce poverty. In a town where 1 in 5 children are living in poverty and over half of our public school students live in poverty, we have to work together to address this issue. United, we ensure babies are born healthy and adults have access to care. United, we help children learn to read and develop character skills. United, we help people earn GEDs, land new jobs, and build careers. United, our neighbors have the resources that they need to be successful. Today, you will be inspired by what is possible when we work together. Our keynote speaker, Dr. Samson Davis, will share the power of perseverance, dreaming big, and how we all have the ability to transform the lives of others. But before we hear from our keynote, we must first honor the loss of a profound community leader. Dr. Alvin V. Blount, Jr. was and remains a civil rights icon. Dr. Blount is known and appreciated for many things, including contributing to the desegregation of Moses Cone Memorial Hospital and other hospitals in 1962. As a result, he was the first Black doctor to perform a surgery at Moses Cone. It is with gratitude that I ask all of us to pause for a moment of silence to honor the remarkable life and legacy of Dr. Blount. In 2012, at a United Way Speakers Series, Dr. Blount received the inaugural Distinguished Service Lifetime Achievement Award. 1 year later, with the blessing of Dr. Blount and his family, the award was named the Gwendolyn and Dr. Alvin V. Blount, Jr. Lifetime Achievement Award. This award is given to someone who, like Dr. Blount, has demonstrated a lifetime of impact on our community. It is with great honor that I welcome to the stage one of Dr. Blount's sons, Alvin Blount III, who will present this year's Gwendolyn and Dr. Alvin V. Blount, Jr. Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Our family continues to be humbled and honored by the love and support shown by this community. I personally know that my father was greatly honored to receive the United Way's Lifetime Achievement Award and was even more humbled to have it named after him. I am proud to be here to present this year's Gwendolyn and Dr. Alvin V. Blount, Jr. Lifetime Achievement Award to a man who knew my father personally and professionally, Dr. Preston Samuel Clark. Dr. Clark is a graduate of the New York University School of Medicine, and he completed his residency at the Columbia University Harlem Hospital Center. Dr. Clark has spent the majority of his career affiliated with Cone Health, and he currently practices endocrine and internal medicine. In fact, Dr. Clark was my father's primary care doctor. Dr. Clark has served as past president of the Greensboro Medical Society and the past president of the medical staff at the former Humana Hospital. Dr. Clark has volunteered at innumerable health fairs, providing free physical health assessments. He has also participated in the Orange Card program since its inception. providing free and reduced medical services to patients. Dr. Clark is married to his college sweetheart, the former Griselda Allen Swally. Together, they have 2 children and have been blessed with 2 grandchildren. Dr. Clark, like my father, has dedicated his life to his family, this community, and to the greater good of mankind. It is with great pleasure I welcome to the stage this year's award recipient, Dr. Preston Samuel Clark.
Thank you. Hello to everyone. I am humbled and honored to be given this award. I am humbled because the award comes from the community, my community for the past 40 years. A caring community, nurturing its people, solving problems, and creating an environment so that we may someday realize our greatest potential. I'm honored that my work is worthy of the standards exemplified by Gwendolyn and Alvin Blount. Dr. Blount was a role model and a mentor to me. He not only modeled a professional standard and demeanor, but also projected and emphasized an extreme compassion for those in need. I'm honored that this award comes from the United Way, an organization that fosters compassion, working together, and providing an avenue to care for our community. Finally, I'd like to thank Dr. Antonio Richburg for thinking of me. I'd like to say thank you and for my family members and close friends who've supported me with their love, patience, and understanding. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Michelle Gethers Clark, and I humbly serve as the President and CEO of the United Way of Greater Greensboro. First, I've got to say, wow. Dr. Clark, thank you. To the late Dr. Alvin Blount, he will live in our hearts and in our communities forever and ever. And this is what legacy is about. So I thank each of you for being here today because we create legacies together. We make a stamp today that becomes history tomorrow. I'd like for us to pause for a moment, and I'd like for you to think about a summer childhood memory. I'd like for you to think about when you were just grinning from ear to ear, whether it was in a pool, whether it was in a hydrant, whether it, some of y'all know what I mean. Some of you, it's in the backyard. But for many, it's on a stoop. And for many, it's a time of hopelessness because school is a safe shelter, and school's not open in the summer. And so as you think about that, I want you to remember that there are hundreds of youth in our community who this summer will not be gleefully playing in water at a beach in a backyard, but looking for an opportunity that I'd like to invite you to participate in. And that is the opportunity to make it the best summer ever. And yes, this is the audience participation portion of the agenda. But first, I want to remind you of the impact of a powerful summer. And I've got two fabulous people who are going to come to the podium. Two local men who are committed to summer camp. One is Rashad Jones, who leads a very successful mentoring program in our community that spreads across Wiley Elementary School, Jackson Middle, and Smith High School. I'd also like to invite to the podium a former Carolina Panther and NFL star, Ricky Pro, who operates Prolific Park right here in Greensboro, North Carolina, and they have special guests with them that it's very important that you meet.
Thank you, Michelle. As Michelle said, my name is Rashard Jones. I'm the project director of the African American Male Initiative with a focus on mentoring. Now, I'm no stranger to starting out behind. Personally, I failed the first grade, the fourth grade, the ninth grade, and the 10th grade. I tell people I started year-round schooling. And I quickly learned that starting out elementary school not knowing my ABCs wasn't the only obstacle I was going to have to overcome to bridge that gap between me and my peers. Little to my knowledge, many of my peers, family members, and friends were going on vacations in the summertime. They were going to family reunions. They were also, more importantly, these kids were going to summer camp as opposed to being raised or supervised by older siblings and just running the community, which is what I did. My story is not unique to children who are growing up in poverty. Oftentimes they come from families that are very loving, but oftentimes enrichment and education can be placed on the shelf, having to deal with the daily obstacles of just taking care of the essentials, food, clothing, shelter, and just surviving. And so United Way has done something, did something 7 years ago to really tackle this issue head on. They started a summer camp for these boys at Wiley, Jackson, and Smith High School. And what we do is these kids, and we're really doing it well, we have certified teachers who come in and work with our kids throughout the summertime to avoid that summer gap that we oftentimes hear about. We take the kids on weekly field trips. We talk about the average child growing up in poverty staying within an 8-mile radius of their home until they turn 13 years old. That's a big goal of ours, to get them outside of the community, the Greensboro Science Center. And the big trip they really love is Carowinds. And we hold that over their heads all summer, saying, if you don't do this, you're going to be going to Carowinds, and that works. For the last 2 years, because of the resources that you guys have given to United Way, we've actually been able to hire the boys who started out with chubby cheeks in the 4th grade as participants in this summer camp. We hired them, and they worked the summer camp. They operated as leaders in our camp. And it's just amazing the impact that this program has had on us and your contributions to our